Mike is here adding back the last piece of base molding in front of the cabinet, and after so many weeks and so many design changes, we are finally done with the fireplace and ready to mount the TV. Floating shelves we think are in the future, but we need to direct our attention outside because the plants are growing rapidly, and if we don't get a handle on that, things will be out of control like it was when we first bought the place. This week, I promised to include the mantle assembly, which will follow just after we watch Mike add some board and batten by the front entry. Slowly but surely, we're seeing some updates become completed, and before you know it, we'll be decorating. With all of the projects we've had going on, Mike has been using tools that we bought 20 years ago for another home project. They were suitable then, but not the best tools for this project, and I'm sure Mike will be upgrading after all is said and done. What we did to start off the mantle project was we had to go ahead and cut 45-degree angles in all of the boards. Mike had his table saw, which the safety kept slipping, and the boards were not exactly 45 degrees. It was very frustrating, and we had to do what we could to get these boards all lined up so everything would come together perfectly. So you'll see later on what we had to do to get this to work out. So we're laying them on top of the tape, and we are going to sandwich everything together after we put the wood glue in between the seams. Okay, so now we're
doing your side first or mine?
I'm doing my side first. Of course, tree parts are falling into it. Okay.
Are the ends all even? We're supposed to do the end pieces too.
Okay, well, those might have to wait.
Look at the gap.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Then we got to work distressing the wood to look aged. Obviously, you can skip this step if you just want a nice clean wood look, but we wanted to make this thing look like an old railroad tie. So Mike got his wire wheel attachment for his drill and went to work distressing the wood. He then got his axe and hammer and beat up the boards as good as possible. I did a little partaking in this as well. And we got his razor blade and made some lines along the wood, which made it look like cracks. It was actually really cool. So then we used his spring-loaded nail set to create wormholes. And last but not least, we used his grinder with a flap disc to sand the edges and make it look a little rougher in some of the spots. And that's what we did. That's what we used to make this thing look aged. Mike filled the cracks and nail holes with plastic wood and then sanded back over with the wire wheel attachment to make the wood look re-distressed.
This stuff sucks.
Does it? Why?
It's like solvent based. The stuff I use is water based. Stuff in the tube. See, it just doesn't
want to stick.
Yeah, it sucks. It's not what I'm used to using.
So yeah, you can still kind of see the nail hole.
Well, that's fine. I don't want to see the nail.
Ready. We ended up having to put a wedge in the corner that had that big gap and sanded that down, which came out perfect. Then we went ahead and stained for the rest of the evening. Once we were done distressing the mantle, we pulled out our supplies that we were going to use to stain. I bought some cheesecloth and a pretty brush to paint on the stain, and then I was going to rub it off with the cheesecloth. We started with the first stain, which was the golden oak, followed by the espresso, and then we dabbed on some phantom gray in spots to give it that real aged look, and we really loved the way it turned out. You'll have to let us know what you think in the comments below. Golden oak. Looks so amazing. Okay, so this piece he's cut at a 45-degree angle under here. And we've got this matching piece that's going to be attached to the fireplace. And the two are going to connect when he hangs it. Right now he's gluing it and he's going to nail it into place. Yay, looks great. Yeah. I ordered the cabinet hardware from Pottery Barn, and we went ahead and attached it to the cabinet doors. I'm not so sure about the long pulls. To me, they kind of look like large golden staples. So I'm not sure if those are going to stay or if we're going to take those off and fill the holes with wood putty and sand and paint. I'm still on the fence. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments. Look at our old boy. You doing so good, Forrest. You doing so good. Getting so much good exercise. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You good boy. Where's Daddy? And there's Jenny over there. Forrest is whining at you, Mike. He's telling you to slow down. He can't keep up. I'm listening to him whine. Can you hear him whine? Maybe because you're throwing sticks. He wants you and the sticks. Every time the wind blows pretty hard, there are all sorts of leaves and branches that fall out of all of the trees, and occasionally big tree limbs and sometimes trees fall over, and we have to deal with that along the property. So we did a lot of stick cleaning, and finally we were able to just enjoy the property. Mike mowed the grass, everything looks so nice and clean, and our favorite part is just being outdoors here and just enjoying it.
That's beautiful. Where are you going? Where's Jenny? Oh, Jenny got a stick. What are you doing with that stick? Boy, it's beautiful in the shade. What? And I say once you clean out all that brush along the fence, then we'll be able to see the sunset really beautifully.
This is the view from my sunset shed. I got cows. Looks like the magnolia trees are getting ready to bloom or create their big blooms. You see that? Oh, and it's covered. So I don't know if these are new leaves or if this is going to be those big giant, they almost look like pine cone type things. But oh my gosh, if these magnolias fill up with blooms, I can't imagine how beautiful that will be. Just like these azaleas that were such a surprise, that now they're all finished blooming. I'm gonna cut them back next weekend and go from there. But yeah, we had a hard freeze and I think it killed all the blooms that were on this azalea, but it was so pretty. I'm glad we saw it. Piper found a big stick.